Hey, how you guys doing? Michael X. Yeah, so we're gonna be looking at the sugarcane farm that we've already built. Think about making another one, but honestly, I think it might be easier to make a piston flying machine. I seen that Mumbo had made one, so I was wondering if I could possibly do it. So this stream's only going to be about an hour and a half. So we're not going to just do that. We're going to, check the server. That's going to be our main focus right now, is to just check the server and see if there's anything missing. See if anything's been messed up. Yeah. Okay. So, I do need to open up my third-party program that shows me people's chats so I can see what people are saying. There we go. Hey, what's up, Alpha Dog? Yeah, just gonna check and see if check the server, make sure nobody came in and griefed it. There shouldn't be anything in here. Got all my shulker boxes. One of the strangest things is that when I transfer this world to single player and look at it, which is one of the reasons why I started using creative mode instead of just always being in creative, was I switched it and of course I need to check my chat here. Hold on a sec. I haven't been on since we played, so I am an innocent man. No, it's not that. I'm not looking for people to kick. I'm just like, I can, like, if I had to, I could always restart the world. If I found that there was something, something absolutely busted, I do need to replace these blocks. I usually come down here and put the puffer fish in here and let them die, so I can get that stuff. But yeah, so so far the only griefing I got was somebody cut these four signs out. That's pretty much it. Yeah, we don't have any turtle shells. I haven't really found a reason to do Turtle Master, the new potion. There is a whole nother potion that I haven't tried, but I did find these. What are they called? Well, they're basically yellow dye to me, so. There you go. Everything there looked good. I should probably make some more golden apples. I'm just gonna leave those there for now. Don't really need this coal either. Everything should be okay. I mean, as far as I can tell, nobody's been on. Yeah, no one's been on. This is does look like some sort of grief, but what is it with this guy? He just like drops seeds. He had a lot. That's a little funny. It looks to me like he's changing everything to beets. That's what it looks like. I actually need a bunch of carrots. We got full-grown pigs. We got full-grown cows, which I'm gonna go ahead and leave. So the other day I went and took everything out of the chest, so that way if people want to use something, then they can basically, you know, like I do need to take these. I don't really care about flowers and eggs, honestly, but because we just get infinite amounts of it. But check for any more grief. So we did find some sand was messed up, which, you know, Endermen do that stuff. That was weird. See what we've collected. So two stacks of slime there. There we go. And there's the diamonds I found. I thought it was weird because it's at a strange height. Fortune and efficiency. Just two, huh? That's crazy. Oh, there we go. That's a weird set of diamonds to find. There we go. Let's go ahead and head back up. We'll check the spawn area. I really wanna dig out this and replace it with glass. That way you can see what's happening when you fall. Yeah, I'm definitely not feeling 100%, I'll just say. Yeah, these haven't been mined in a long time. I don't really need any right now, so I'll go ahead and just leave them. Another work. I'm assuming these villagers are toast. Oh, maybe not. There's only 4 or 5, I see. 5 villagers. I should mine this all up and just turn it back into a hillside, but I was like, you never know, might need it for something. Okay, right. I'm gonna go watch a movie. See ya, man. Let's go see how how well this has been doing. Now, I haven't been on here in a couple days, so I mean, if this thing was running all the time, there would be almost half a chest's worth of sugarcane. But because it's not an area where, like I said, the chunks don't stay alive here, so I also need to go check the iron farm. But this does seem to be something that works, at least when I'm in the area. So, I mean, if I really need paper right now, I can just use the regular farm. And meanwhile, I get a little bit more from this. So, I get like 3 stacks so far. But I haven't been playing as much as I used to, so... to be honest, I was actually not feeling very good yesterday. And then I did some stuff. So the server is now 4 gigabytes. So tomorrow is Thursday, so we should see Angelo on. Go ahead and fill up our chest here. What's up, Hazy? Yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been streaming very much. I was actually feeling horrible yesterday. So it doesn't look like anybody's griefed anything, so that's good. I mean, that's good signs, considering that there are, let me see, me, my son, Angelo, which I trust. Those people aren't going to do anything, obviously. And then I got Alpha Dog, which he still has member status. And then there is Ibrahim. And then after Ibrahim, there is... God, I can't think his name. I think there's Alpha Dog, I think, as well. So this thing does look like it's been doing its job, but... So last time we were here, I think I only had this chest just started. And you guys can see that it hasn't done much more. Yeah, I think I had about to here, so... I wasn't even on yesterday, and all of this iron was made. So that's not really a whole lot of iron. It doesn't seem to me like... Yeah, it doesn't seem to me like this is producing very much. I did notice that there was issues with it. Seriously. I did notice that there was issues with this. I'll show you what I mean. One of the main issues was that the villagers were not sleeping. That's what actually happened to me. They weren't sleeping. Yeah, the villagers weren't sleeping, and so I had to break the beds apart and then replace them. And that's why you'll notice that some of these villagers aren't desert villagers, when they all should be desert villagers like that. Yeah, but the reason they're not is because when I transferred this world over after the corruption, all of the villagers were gone, and I wasn't going to go and recollect them and send them to the nether and all that again. Yeah, I was like, nah, no thanks. I already did that once, you know? Okay, see if there's any other griefing going on. There shouldn't be. I could have swore. Whoa! Look at this little zombie. Everything looks good. So I haven't had any griefing yet, which is good. Got some more armor in the spawn just in case somebody dies. Should probably transfer all the swords and stuff over. And there we go. Alright. Things are looking good. Let me go ahead and replace these poppies. It doesn't seem to me like the spawn chunks are being kept alive, unfortunately. And I will say, from my own experience, it does seem to me, as I'll just say that I don't think that the machine that I made over here is working. It seems like it's not in the slime chunk area, and after the server restarts about 3 or 4 times, it stops doing what it's supposed to do. So it means that this thing's basically an AFK chamber. Now I could technically change the world spawn. I could technically change the world spawn, but yeah. I could put the world spawn close to this area, but from what I remember, the spawn chunks are actually pretty big. It should be a like 16 chunk area, but I know spawn chunks, it only protects 16 blocks in the spawn. Yeah. Yeah, this thing has definitely not been running 24 hours. So it's definitely not functioning. It's not doing what it's supposed to do, which is to keep the spawn chunks alive so that it continues making iron when I'm off the server. But in all reality, I don't really need any. So I don't think I'm going to search, I don't think I'm going to struggle, or search very much for any more stuff. I will say that there is one thing about this that I did notice, and that is I actually have more poppies than I had before, which tells me that it actually has been working, but maybe it's just not producing iron. I do think that this thing does have proximity going on, meaning like if you're not within the proximity, a certain proximity, it doesn't seem to work quite as well. And I have iron here. I'm gonna put it back. What's up, Memer? Yeah, this isn't going to be a very long stream today. Yeah, it does seem like it only seems to work at night and when proximity is involved. I did mess around with using some redstone, and it just seemed to make it so that nothing spawned except for at night. What I noticed is during the day they would just stand on these beds, and what would end up happening is the villager would just be sitting there and yeah, what would happen is the villager would just be sitting there, and then they don't actually get scared, and then that's it. I got another poppy. I was just thinking that, Memer. I was like, I hope he doesn't come over here during a stream when I'm trying to stream. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Memer joined the server. He's on his way to becoming a full member instead of just a guest. And the way that you become a member is basically come on the server and, you know, survive. Don't do anything, you know, don't do anything bad. Be respectful to other players, you know, including me. I did have one person on here that I invited somebody onto the server, and they were like, they broke a couple windows out of my mansion. They mined out some signs underneath my house. You know, it was just, you know, kind of comical. So, yeah. So this is actually says Sugarcane Farm Episode 3, but it's just because I already made that. Because I was gonna build another sugarcane farm, but I really don't think I want to. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this to. We're gonna go see what kind of progress other people have made on the server. So I have written down other people's stuff, so we're gonna go ahead and just teleport to them. So let me see, 2 by 67 it looks like. Actually 67 by minus yeah, so this pretty much looks like exactly like I seen it when I left this area. So this is actually Ibrahim's. It looks like he did jump on here a couple times, but I mean, I'm not seeing anything that's, you know, different, if that makes any sense. I'm not seeing anything that's different. So he probably hasn't been on here since. Well, I will say that this door and these windows are new. Yeah, these carpets are new, so he has been on here. So looks like he might be putting his portal there instead. Yeah, looks like he has decent horses around here. This is actually a pretty cool biome because it's right next to a spruce forest, but it is so far away. I mean, it is super far. Yeah, his horse is about the same as mine. I haven't been able to find any horses that have more than, you know, 1 row of hearts. And it's over by a, as you guys can see, a ice/snow area. It actually reminds me of Conan. Reminds me of Conan the Destroyer, if you guys have ever seen that. Looks like he's making his farm over here. So yeah, he's definitely been on here. Okay, let's go ahead and let me go ahead and go back to my base. Oops, my bad. That should have actually worked. TP me to minus 310 by 72 by minus 16. I don't know why that didn't work. Okay, it looks like I put myself into a whole different area. So yeah, that's very strange. Oh, that didn't work, huh? I've been having some weird, it's kind of funny, I've been having lag issues. Like straight up lag issues. So it looks like I spawned myself just not quite in the same area. Yeah, I have noticed that since I switched to the 4 GB server, it seems like the Apex Pro hosting, or Apex hosting, it does seem to be loading a hell of a lot slower. I don't know why that is, because it was working just great the other day, but it seems like now Yeah, we're not even doing 32% of RAM, so it should be loading super quick. It's definitely not client side, they'll say. But you guys can see that it is super slow loading. There we go. Yeah, chainmail used to be my favorite armor. I think it's kind of funny, even though it's not even close to as good as diamond armor. It's got mending on it, but I don't think it's worth keeping. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna put these back. Let's see, so this should be diamonds and stuff. There we go. Slowly collecting more and more, you know? Go. Alright, so I do like the fact that I can protect my stuff, you know? I don't think that Angelo's been on, but since I streamed on Saturday, yeah. Since I streamed on Saturday, I haven't really seen anybody on. I'm pretty sure that these buried treasures and stuff don't work. It just says unknown map. Yeah, it doesn't even show you where you are on here. I'm pretty sure these maps are glitched. So I would say that yeah, it says buried treasure number 11 scale. So it's been increased, the scale of it, but yeah, and these seem to be the same exact ones. So it says Woodland Explorer map, and so they're definitely glitched out. Yeah, I think that these maps are toast. Same with this one. This one's actually just right next to. It's part of There's my actual map, and then the rest of these are trash. So, kind of wish you. I was curious if maybe you could burn them, but I'm just gonna let them despawn because they are, you know, bugged maps. I know that I got the treasures for them, but I wanted to keep the location. Okay, so I'm pretty sure everything's okay. Yeah, everything seems fine. I do think we could do a little server test real quick, because so they recommended that I increase the view range, but wow, that didn't work. Yeah, I am definitely feeling a little bit of lag, I'm gonna go ahead and say. Yeah, you can't really tell when the fireworks are actually working. Yeah, I am definitely getting some frame rate. Yeah, so Angela hasn't been on since last Thursday. And it doesn't seem to me like this is actually loading very well. It's not quite as bad as MC Pro hosting, but you can see here that we can only see a couple feet in front of us. You know? Yeah, it's barely loading. I'm like, so I increased it to a $19 a month server, and it's not loading properly, as far as I can tell. Yeah, it's barely even loading. To be honest, it's acting exactly like MC Pro hosting. So I don't know what would cause that. I mean, you know, I know it's on 12 view range, but very strange. It's definitely not fun, and I'll say that I have noticed that it takes a hell of a long time to load the world off of the server. Just in the last 2 days. So I don't know what's causing it though. Seriously. Yeah, you see that it's not really loading. Look at that. While I'm flying, it's not loading nothing. That's hilarious. So this is all fine, but I'm gonna say that definitely the chunks are not loading like they were, and this is starting to behave like MC Pro garbage. That was like one of the worst servers I've ever tried. But I'm gonna say that this today is acting exactly like that one. So we have it on 12 chunks and it's not loading. You know, doesn't seem to me like it's actually loading 12 chunks to me. And when we fly away, there's definitely some frame rate. I mean, well, it's not frame rate, but there's definitely some lag going on. You disenchant things by using a grinding wheel. Yeah, this is how I usually render a world like this, you know? But you guys can see that it is actually not. It's exactly like MC Pro hosting. You can't even see where you're flying. Oh my god. Wow. I can tell you right now that restarting the server is not going to help it either. Yeah, but if I wanted to fly to somebody else's house, the only way I could even find it would be to use this map. Which I was going to go ahead and go to Alpha Dog's house. I don't think Alpha Dog's actually been playing, and I was going to say though that some people's spots, like I've let some people that play, yeah. You guys can see here that it's not really rendering. It's not rendering nothing. This is almost it's almost a joke. Yeah, that's all I can really say is it's a joke. Yeah, I might actually end up. I know this is gonna sound terrible, but yeah, I don't know why it's running so bad like this. Let me see. Yeah, it seems to me like I upgraded to 4. I upgraded to 4 gigabytes, and now it seems like it's acting exactly like MC Pro hosting was at 2 gigabytes. Yeah, I'm not very happy about this. Yeah, because if you can't see where you're flying to, I mean, what's the point? Right? Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's pretty much the only way you can fly. Yeah, as you can see, Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, I do know that this is what makes people not want to play Minecraft. Seriously. Like, why would anybody want to play Minecraft like this? I can't see nothing. Oh man, I couldn't even see where I was flying. That is hilarious. Yeah, I might end up switching to a different hosting service, or I might end up submitting a ticket. Might end up submitting a ticket and saying, hey, you know, the world doesn't load when I'm flying through it. This is a new thing too. I mean, like that. This isn't one of the best ways to see just how the world loads is to go into spectator mode, because when you fly, you actually fly pretty fast, but you guys can see that, you know, if you look, it's not actually loading properly. It's not loading at all. Look at that. It's like I got switched over to MC Pro hosting. Yeah, look at this. Wow. Yeah, let me check the server stats, because you see console. It's basically just saying that the server's overloaded and it's missing all kinds of chunks and stuff. Tick levels, Enderworld. Yeah, it's saying it took 3 seconds or something to render. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do /debug. Debug stop /debug report 14 ticks. Create a debug report which I can download and find out what's going on. But look, we've been sitting there for I don't know how long. How long have we been sitting here? And it didn't load. It didn't load the entire area. So yeah, at this speed, you can see this is how it's supposed to load right here. But as soon as we switch over to flying, you can see that it just can't keep up. This is hilarious. Well, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I may or may not be keeping this server. I'm just a little bit pissed off that, you know, when I was using this at 3 gigabytes, it seemed to be loading fine, and now that I've actually increased it to the next level, now it's now it's not working worth a crap. Yeah, I could try to disconnect and reload. I don't think it's gonna make a difference. I don't think it's gonna make a difference. This is what happened to me with MC Pro hosting. Same exact thing. You know, I only had the view range up to 10. So if I have to lower the view range from you know, because I actually talked to the guy and I was like, hey, I want to make this. And you can clearly see that there's stuff going on. Yeah, it's not about who's on the server either. Like, it's possible that because I had Liam on, because I had me and Memer on, it's possible that was causing some frame rate, but you guys can still see that it's not quite loading the way that it should be loading. It just upsets me, honestly, you know, because I'm paying for this, you know? So this was somebody named Toxic, Red Toxic. It was his world, or his little plot, but as I said, as soon as he joined the server, I started getting griefing stuff being missing from my house, but... Okay. Yeah, this thing's not working well at all. So, I'm gonna say, like, one, I don't have that farm on. I don't have the XP farm, so there's no piston lag. This thing over here doesn't even work when you're not in the area. The spawn chunks could be causing an issue, but I can tell you right now that we probably couldn't even fly to the spawn chunks from here. You're more than welcome to rejoin, Memer. Like I said, it wasn't like this on Saturday because I was flying around and it was working fine, so... Let me see. Game mode. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm gonna stop the server, I'm just saying that I'm not very happy with the fact that it's not running very well. You know? In my opinion, for $19, this thing should be loading right before my eyes. Now, I do know that, from what I could tell, that if you run just regular stock Minecraft without any shaders, it does load a little faster. So let me see here. I could switch from... I could turn the shader off. But the way that the Optifine actually works, yeah, you guys will see that it does load quicker. But yeah, so it's possible that it could be something that, you know, optimization. But yeah, look at the you see the little cloud area. Yeah. So this is without shaders, and you guys can see that it's still struggling to do a chunk load. Yeah, it loads slightly faster, but it's nowhere near what it should be. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, I would say, oh yeah, restart the server. It's not the server. I'll tell you that right now. Or I mean, it is the server. Sorry, this is all server side, so it could be latency as well. You know, the packets and stuff being sent. You know, but it shows here that I have a good connection, but my FPS is being limited. But chunk loading, it does not seem to be working very well at all. But let me see here. Video settings at 12. Yeah, it doesn't seem to me like this is 12 chunks being loaded. Yeah, it seems like the, this is very odd. Yeah, this is definitely not 12 chunks. Let me see here, reload chunks. F3 and A. Yeah, if I'm flying at, say, the max flying speed, as you guys can see, it's loading really terrible. And this is when it's just me here, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it looks to me like it's struggling to load, you know, yeah, it's struggling to load even a couple chunks, much less what we're using. After we sit here for 5 minutes, it loads, but so let me go ahead and show you guys something. So if we were to go to single player, now it may be something with Optifine as well, but you guys can see this is what it should look like. And then if we were to fly, so I could install the newer version of Optifine and see if that makes a difference, because you can see that it's actually doing the same thing here. Yeah, it's actually doing the same thing, and I got some frame rate. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys that I actually have the rendering, view the chunks on 64, which it's only supposed to be on 12 on the server. So it should be loading. Yeah, you can see that it's just barely loading in front of me. Yeah, so it's doing the same thing. So I'm actually thinking this could possibly just be Optifine, but I'm gonna say, let me go look. So, all right. So let me, I'm not gonna be streaming for much longer. Like I said, I didn't really have much planned to do today, and I haven't been feeling very well, so I'm gonna leave that up for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and quit out the game. And I'm going to go ahead and download the latest version of Optifine and see if that helps in any way. I was using it, but it seemed like it had problems. Honestly, it seemed like it had some issues. So it looks like Optifine 1.14.4 HDU F3 is the latest version. It says... Yeah, it's the latest version. Doesn't look like they're even working on anything else. There's a preview version here. It says UF4 Preview 3. Let me see here. Go ahead and just download it. I think I actually have this, so let me... I'm pretty sure I have it under my Minecraft backups. Minecraft backups. Let me just find it real quick. Yeah, I'm hoping this is what it is. It's possible though that it's not. Okay, just Minecraft backup. So I have Optifine versions. Yeah, I have the latest version, the F3. I have Optifine HDU F4 Preview 2, but I have the solid version. Yeah, let me see. Optifine 1.14.4 HDU 3, which is the one I'm looking at. So I'm just gonna go ahead and install it real quick. Successfully installed. Okay. I don't think this is going to make a difference. I'm looking at the server and it says it can't keep up. I'm moving too quickly is what it actually says. So. Alright. See here. Alright, I'm restarting my game here. So I could try, I'm going to try the 1.14.4 before, without shaders and without anything on it. And I want to compare the two to see how they load. So, Okay, so this is the non-Optifine version that I'm using. And so we're going to go ahead and load onto the server. / game mode set survival. So it does look to me like, yeah, it does look to me like that either the people that run the company either changed something on my specific server over the last couple days, to where if I actually want to see where I'm going, I mean, like, it is not performing like the day I bought it. That's all I can tell you guys. It's performing like shit. Yeah, you can't even see where you're going, and then it lagged to the point where it's not even rendering the chunks properly, as you guys can see. Yeah, there's something definitely going on. I can tell you right now that if I actually asked them, they would just give me the runaround. They would be like, oh, yeah, no, why don't you do a server tick test, you know. But proof's in the pudding, as you guys can see. So if you fly at this speed, even without any shader on, it does not keep up, as you guys can see. Yeah, so if I wanted to fly somewhere, I wouldn't be able to tell where I was going, which is exactly why I switched from Apex hosting to this. Yeah, it's doing the exact same thing. It's slightly better, but it's not even nearly. Now, one of the things I could request is a server change. I could try switching to a different city or state. But I could tell you right now that you know, this has actually, you know, gotten to the point where I'm just wondering what the hell am I even doing on the server, because it's not loading worth a damn, as you guys can see. It's gonna restart in a second, which may fix some things, but it's not gonna fix it like, you know, like you might think. You know what I mean? Let me just check some stuff real quick, you guys. Yeah, the server says it's using 70% of 4 gigabytes. That's impossible. It should not be using 70%. Yeah, it should not be using 70% of anything. It's just me on the server too, so yeah, this doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna say right now that, you know, if it does persist, if it does keep like this, I'm just gonna cancel the server. You know? Or I'll just do a realm or something. You know? Alright, while the server is redoing its thing, I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm kind of sick of it, because this has been working great for 2 weeks, and then I upgrade it to the next server, and now it's performing like trash, which is kind of hilarious. I mean, yeah, if I was just building in my base and I never wanted to fly anywhere, but I mean, what's the point of having an Elytra wing if it's not working? Now, I could lower the server's view range. Seriously, I could lower the server's view range, but it's not going to make a difference. Just going to tell you. Yeah, if I lowered it, I tried lowering MC Pro hosting to 4, and it still couldn't load it. So it's something, it's like a chunk loading issue, and it can't be the world, because this is the second time. This is the second time I've yeah, it's the second time I've done this. So it's not the server. I mean, it's not me. So you guys seen, I played just regular stock Minecraft, and it's not loading it. Now this is with Optifine on, and with a shader on. And I'll say that the... So the server restarted, and now it says it's only using 46% of the memory. But when I tried flying in 2 different directions, it used 70% of the memory. That doesn't make any sense. And it couldn't load the map in front of me, which is horrible. Okay, / game mode set. Survival. Yeah, I'll just say it just disappoints me because, hey, wait a minute. I should be able to sleep. I guess it's not really a thunderstorm, so... Yeah, but you couldn't fly around without having a map in your hand, honestly. You could not fly around. Why does it do that? So I guarantee you, it's as soon as I start trying to fly out of this area, and I'm gonna say we're doing it pretty slow as well. You can see that the ground just disappears. Now I will say that Apex hosting service, this is how it usually is right here. You guys see this? That's how it's been. Yeah, it's been like that where it loads. So it does seem to be working fine. So hey Mimir, you should rejoin the server and see. I don't think it's you. I think that there's just something going on with the server. But this is how it normally loads, like this. It loads it, you know, 10, 15 chunks ahead of you. So it's possible that maybe somebody else on the server, like, I mean somebody, because, you know, they basically have like a 24 core, you know, processor running, right? I mean, they have like a really, you know, and they share it. So they give me what I pay for, 4 gigabytes of server. You guys can see that I am getting some frame rate. So, what do I mean not frame rate? I'm getting some lag. I am getting some lag. I don't know what the hell that was. Okay, I think it is functioning properly now. I'm looking at it and it's only at 49%. So hey Mimir, you should jump back on. El Mimir. Okay. Maybe Mimir had dinner. I know I have dinner. He probably just jumped on for a little bit. Yeah, I was gonna go, let me go ahead and... Let me grab some... Well, that's not what I wanted to grab. Okay. We're actually running kind of low here, I think. On fireworks. Okay. I'm gonna need to make some more. So 3. Yeah, Mimir must have jumped onto a different one. Or he probably had to go do some homework or something. Let's see here. Okay, so that should give us quite a bit of yeah, should give us quite a bit. Yeah, I would say this. I would have submitted a ticket if, you know, anybody's watching. I would have submitted a ticket and say, hey, you know, I was advised to go to a 4 gigabyte thing, and now the world doesn't seem to be loading. And so what I actually am thinking is, I'm thinking that, yeah, I'm thinking what happened is that when I went over and loaded the spawn chunks, and then came over here, and then Memer was on, it probably started rendering that as something else. And yeah. Alright, you know what I need to do? I actually need to... Let me go ahead and... Yeah, I wouldn't close the server, but I might have switched to a different server, you know, a different hosting system. But I wouldn't just like abandon the server. So just for anybody that's supporting me on Patreon, you know, it's not like that. I'm just, you know, when I'm sitting there trying to fly and it's not rendering, I do know that stuff happens. Especially when it comes to PCs. Sometimes they don't perform as well. For instance, for me, recently, I have had my PC takes about I don't know, maybe a 20th of a second before it opens up a file. But once I open the file up, then it's fine. So I don't know what's going on there. You know, I might need to do like a restoration of it. But let's make some paper. If I probably am gonna have to mine up. So it made the. That's weird. Let's see. Yeah, I wish I had. I wish I had somebody that could jump on. Seriously. And so we could test it, because I'm curious. This is what I think. I think that there's no way we could run 10 people with 12 render range on at the same time. I mean, we could, but I think it would be horrifically laggy. And as long as we were all in our base building bases, I think it'd be fine. But as soon as we start trying to fly around and stuff, I think it's going to cause all kinds of lag. So it might mean that, you know, I might end up needing like almost... I don't think that doubling the RAM's gonna help, is what I'm trying to say, but it definitely seemed like after the restart, a couple seconds later, it did seem like it was working better. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, let's I don't feel like mining that all up now. So what I could actually do is I could put, which I think I'm probably going to do tomorrow, but what I'm thinking of doing is basically putting this in the farm, or in the spawn chunk area. Yeah, I'm thinking of building it in the air. This kind of just build like, you know, sections, and just build like 20 of them. That way I don't have to keep coming to mine, or to come and collect this stuff. So let me see here. So paper. Okay. And so if you guys are ever interested on how this is the duration 1, duration 2, and then duration 3, right? Yeah, which does work out pretty good. There we go. So I can actually, I think it's actually this one. Is this it? I think this is it right here. Okay, so we had 3 on us, so as long as we have 3 in our inventory, we should be okay. So I think we have enough fireworks for now, but I would like more. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we can do some more. I don't think... Yeah, so we're probably gonna... I'm gonna probably have to sit here and check every hour. And I'll probably have to collect a bunch of gunpowder since nobody's on the server. So... Okay, so we have... I'm gonna actually leave the firework there. So we do need more gunpowder. We really do. We are running low. So what I'm actually thinking of doing is, I don't need that much, but we can fill up our other chest. Yeah, I hate to say it, you guys, but this is what I think happened. I think that, you know, something was going on with the server, causing it to load. It could even be that that somebody using a client-side mod. I've seen it before where it's messed with stuff. So I'm wondering if that might actually be it. Maybe it's a client-side mod. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. You know, it's very hard to tell. So this is what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking that I'm going to use this chest for gunpowder. I'm going to use this for that. So three sets of fireworks, and then so I'll fill this whole chest up with fireworks, so that way I have plenty of them, and then I'll fill this up with gunpowder. So yeah, it is working a hell of a lot better. I don't know what was going on. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure what was going on. Seriously, it does seem to me like it's loading fine now, and even the frame rate seems better. So I am using the latest version of Optifine, so maybe it was Optifine. How come I can't fly? What is going on here? Usually... Yeah, it does seem like it's working a hell of a lot better. Need 2 duration... 3 duration 3s to get up here. That's crazy. Whoa, I didn't expect that. Take it though. Okay, so let's see what kind of gunpowder we got. We shouldn't have any. Yeah, there shouldn't be any here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, you guys, is I am going to... my wife's almost done with dinner. So, yeah. So I'll just say that because of MC Pro hosting and how bad their server was, yeah, because of how bad their server was, my immediate reaction was, I just paid more and now they're going to make it run even worse because they want more money from me. And I'll end up either having to play it where you can barely even render it, but it seems to me like it was just an issue. You know, it's just a minor issue. You know, simply changing to the latest version of Optifine did seem to, you know, make it a little better. Yeah. But, yeah. Memer leaving could have also helped, but the whole thing was, I do think that after the server did its thing. Yeah. Anyway, so for those of you that are on the server, I wouldn't have just quit the server. I would have just changed services, or I would have submitted a ticket and asked what's going on. But I could tell you that asking what's going on with Apex, their customer service isn't quite as good as MC Pro hosting, but I'll say that neither of the companies will answer any question you ask. If you go, hey, my map's not rendering in front of me as I fly, they'll tell you to lower the view range. You lower the view range and it still does it, and then they'll tell you to do a tick test. Then you basically test how many ticks it is, and then they'll say, oh, that's perfectly normal. It's running well within acceptable parameters. And I'm like, you can see it when you're flying, you know what I mean? Like, you can see it. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that it seems like it's fine now to me. It seems like it is rendering. It was as soon as we went into the spawn chunk area. As soon as we went into the spawn chunk area, you guys can see, look, we're loading. We're using 60% of our memory. So I heard this, the longer you're on the server, the more memory it takes. So we've now increased our memory up to 53%. So I can only imagine if there was another person on the server, it would probably be even worse. But I would say that if I had 10 people on here and it was loading like that, and you know, it would be easier just to walk or even use the nether, you know, then yeah, I would completely understand it, and that would make sense. But when there's just 2 people on here, it shouldn't be like that. So I was hoping Mima would join back in, but he's probably got to do stuff. And I'll see about getting my friend Angelo back on here, and he should be on tomorrow, Thursday. So yeah, it does seem to be fine though. I mean, so look, if you look at the memory now, it's dropped significantly. You see it? Look. And then it has on the actual server itself. I know you guys can't see the server, but it's now down to 53%. So it's basically using around 2 gigabytes of loading. So is it because there was 2 people on the server? Is it because, you know, because we tried using it, to me it seemed like there was just something going on with the server. You know, something was lagging it down. I don't know what it was. Anyway. So I'm going to be here for the next hour. So I'm thinking about, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking about doing something else with you guys. What I mean by that is we could check out some other stuff. I'm trying to think of what we could look at though. We could do, I think what we could do is we could do a search. Let me see. Minecraft. Let me see. Sugar. Alright, let me show you guys what I'm seeing. Okay, so these are sugarcane farms. This one's 3 months old. This one looks like it uses the 1-tick generator, which I could technically use. I think you can use the 1-tick generator on it. This is basically the same design I have, except for I made mine tileable. So yeah. This one is from Diamond Raider. Same exact build I did, where I made it 3 tall. Let's see here. What I'm thinking is, like, see Mumbo here. He did a piston flying machine farm, from what I could tell. So I would need to discover that. Check, make sure there's nothing eating me on Minecraft. I think my wife's cooking dinner early, so I'm actually gonna have to jump off, you guys. But I think what we're gonna go ahead and do is I think I want to use a piston flying machine farm. That's what I think I want to use. Yeah, I seen him do it on a Hermitcraft episode, and so I'm thinking, I like the one that I have, but it just doesn't do quite as much. And I need one that will work while I'm in the area, so I could basically just hit a button and the flying machine will fly over, cut everything, and then, you know, you hit it again and it comes back to you, kind of a thing. I think that would be really cool. Anyway, let me go ahead. Let me close out some of these windows I have going here. so yeah, I am gonna have to end the stream. It doesn't seem like... Well, it is working. Let's see how much gunpowder we've gotten. It doesn't look like we've gotten any OP. Yeah, I'm actually gonna leave these blocks here. That way I can dig them up and use them as an AFK. See how much we've gotten since we've here. So we got like a couple stacks. So I'm gonna go ahead and just have to wait here. Like I said, for like an hour, but I'm gonna go ahead and eat dinner, you guys. I will probably stream tomorrow or maybe Saturday. Like I said, I'm not gonna be able to stream quite as much as I want to stream these days. It does seem like we've fixed the issue. Yeah. Does seem like we've fixed the issue. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry if I freaked you guys out about the way the server was running, but I'm gonna say in my defense, after, you know, paying $24 a month for 3 gig, or was it for 2 gigabytes of actually, you know, I think it was actually $10 for MC Pro hosting, and then even after I increased it to, you know, to I think it was like 3 gigabytes, it still wouldn't load the area. I tried running a paper, I tried running these other things that would basically make it so, you know, like it wouldn't allow you to use mine carts, it wouldn't allow you to use, and so it would literally delete all of them out of the world, you know. So those are, you know, they do help you with lag, but like I said, I'm not trying to run 1 million people on the server. We're talking about 10 people playing normal Minecraft survival. And if you can't fly an Elytra, you know, to somebody else's base, there's something wrong, you know, without having to use a map. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Yeah, tomorrow we'll do probably part 4 of the auto sugarcane farm, where I'm gonna basically look and do some research tonight, and I'm gonna try and find, yeah, I'm gonna try and find a design where we can just basically have a huge, you know, sticky piston just come by and, you know, cut down all of the sugarcane, you know, in one go, so we can get like a chest's worth, you know, in a couple, you know, in say in a 20-minute period. The problem with that, I think, is where we make it is going to be the issue. So if I make it, yeah, if I make it by the house, I think that, you know, how it takes probably 10 to 20 minutes for the sugarcane to do its thing. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'll make a piston flying machine that can go forward and backwards, and that way it'll cut it, and then a minecart can collect all of it, and then, but I think I want to do that in the spawn area, so probably next to, or even right next to where you actually spawn into the game. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit that like button, and you guys have a good one. Later.